Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Nina Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, the debate happened yesterday between Trump and Joe Biden. And during the debate, you all actually saw what happened. And all of a sudden, Trump did not know when he said something about black job. Number one, let me start by saying that these people actually do not want black people to evolve. They do not want black people to grow. So, they are always thinking that black people are still going to be doing the same job, or they are supposed to be doing the same job that their ancestors did, like plantation job and those menial jobs. That is what they always think. Because for him to say that people are taking black jobs, and I am trying to find out what he meant by black jobs. That also reminds me how I brought a video here where a coach was saying that people that look like me are not supposed to be coached because they do not have the ability or like they are not intellectually fit to handle the position, that they are only great when it comes to a job that got to do with labor, like physical job, labor, and all that. I mean, hard job. I think the best hard job. Well, now I am actually happy that he said that, because sometimes you do not know where people grade you or where people keep you, not until sometimes their mouth runs. Now we understand. Now we know where they regard us. They only want black people when they need numbers. Let's get into
Real things that actually happened in the debate last night. Black jobs. Migrants are taking black jobs. And until I walk through Maria Hernandez Park and see a candy lady also selling Malcolm X t-shirts, I'm going to go ahead and say that black jobs are safe. They asked the candidates about their health and their age, and Trump was like, I can hit a ball real far, real far. Biden, he can't hit a ball. He can't hit a ball 2 feet. And Biden was like, 6'4", 230 cap. That man is fat. Look at him. And I was like, what? How did we get here? During a question about black voters, they somehow both got on the topic of police, and Biden was like, we're getting more police. And Trump was like, Biden wants no police. I've got more police. We've hired a certain dog. We hired a certain dog. A certain dog. They asked Biden about Israel and Palestine. I'm pretty sure they phrased it as like, what do you plan to do to stop the Israel-Hamas war and end the humanitarian crisis in Gaza? And Biden was like, I have a ceasefire deal. Hamas just won't take it. Israel wants peace. And then Trump did something that made my brain flip for like half a second, because he was like, Israel doesn't want peace. They want war. And you have to understand that I shit you not, I bet you if you actually looked at the statistics, at least 90% of what Trump was saying were just outright lies. So it was weird to hear him say something true for once. But he was like, they want war. Israel wants war. And with me, we'd wipe them off the face of the earth. No more Palestine. And the war would be over. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, the one time you told the truth is to say that you would fucking blow this place off the face of the map. Yeah, all right, great. A quick shout out to the CNN moderation team. Thank you for giving us nothing. Don't question them. Don't fact. I mean, even the mute mic feature was nice, but just thank you for asking them questions and then just letting them cook and ignore your question. Biden's old. That man is worse for wear. He looks withered. I went back afterwards and I watched the 2020 debates just to make sure I wasn't tweaking, and boy, oh boy, does he look ready for the Lord's call nowadays. Reportedly he had a cold, not COVID, but he just was feeling under the weather, which is why he was so whispery. But it didn't look great. I feel like anybody with more energy would have absolutely cooked Trump on that stage. I can't specifically explain it, but while watching it, I was like, he really doesn't have anything, especially now that he's already been president and he's like a felon. He's still trying to cling to his like classics, and they've aged terribly. There's this bar in Shreveport, Louisiana called Round Bar. It's a bar that spins and they have a bunch of beers on tap. And I used to joke and call it the place where Greek life goes to die, because it felt like when you were in there, people who were 10, 20 years out of college and were still trying to relive that feeling of like fraternity, sorority parties were there. In 2016, 8 years ago, when there was only mystery about what a Trump presidency would look like, I think his rhetoric hit harder. He was just saying things and people were like, yeah, fuck it. Make Mexico pay for it. But now it feels absurd and ridiculous. it felt bad. It felt like the only way you could have really been rocking with Trump in this moment, if you are still like so far into Trumpville that you were like in the delusion cart. But it feels like there's no way that the average Republican saw that and was like, yeah, I feel confident. I feel confident. In fact, I just feel as if anyone who isn't so deep in their delusion probably just felt this was a bad look for us as a country. Trump tried to claim that Charlottesville never happened. Like the Tiki Torch guys, like that was, he said it was debunked. He was just saying things. He was just saying things that were objectively untrue. And Biden looked like one harsh breeze would end it. Like one too hard of a sneeze would call him back. Like if you just walked up to him and showed him an unedited photo zoomed in of Timothy Chalamet's face, that it might shock him into heaven. And what's nuts about it was that he was actually saying the truth. Biden was giving a lot of true answers. They asked him about like, how did he feel about like what he's done for black voters and whether or not if they've lost confidence in him. And he's like, I get it. I understand if you have. And I was like, oh, all right. Like, you know, not an answer of confidence, but the truth. He wasn't even like stuttering all that much. He was getting clear and coherent thoughts through. He just looked withered. It felt like every word was a struggle. Just doesn't feel good. None of that debate felt good. I don't think it's ultimately going to have an effect, like a giant effect on the election. But I think that if you were just like a not delusional Democrat, you were like, oh yeah, he's too old for this. If you're a not delusional Republican, you were probably like, God, fuck, this guy doesn't have it together. And if you were undecided, this probably pushed you into not voting. It wasn't great. It wasn't great.
With the recent announcement of black jobs being taken, here's a list of jobs for the blacks. Job opening number 1 is stove light supervisor. This person is in charge of making sure that the stove light is on and if the bulbs need changing. This tradition is for us because it allows our ancestors to find and season our food in the middle of the night. Which brings us right on to job number 2. You need at least 15 years of training for a cast iron skillet trainer. This person is going to make sure that the cast iron skillet is passed down to the family member that knows how to cook, but also knows how to properly clean it. We will not be giving this to just anyone. Now, number 3 is very important. The spades project manager. Not only are they in charge of taking the tools out of the deck, they're also in charge of scoring and making sure nobody trains anyone on how to play spades, but the people that sit down know how to play. And where would we be without number 4? Number 4 is the t-shirt order director. This person is in charge of making sure all the t-shirts are ready for family reunion, all the t-shirts are ready for the homegoing, all the airbrushing is done, all the lettering is correct, and everybody has their $35 to $40 in on time. I see you, Tony. Now, the Kool-Aid coordinator is right up there with the macaroni and cheese master. We need 5 references. Do not play. And the homecoming shift lead will make sure we're liquored up and at every event leading up to homecoming.
I know I wasn't going to say anything until November because I am voting for Joe Biden. I don't give a fuck about a debate. When Obama debated Romney in 2012, the whole of the fucking media said that Romney was going to be president and that Obama had lost it. So I'm not going to listen to this bullshit. But the only reason I'm on here is because I want to fucking know that orange piece of fucking shit called Trump. What is a black job? What the fuck is a black job? This man is from the original KKK. His father was arrested at a Klan rally in the 1920s, 30s, or 40s. I don't remember when. He grew up with hatred for black people. He only has these other black people like Byron Donalds around him who spouts off bullshit. What is a black job? Why did he specifically say black job? Oh, I think I know what it is. So the blacks are to go back on the plantation and do the menial labor. That's what he means. Because normally this is how it works, people. And if any of you are paying attention, you will understand it. Every immigrant class that comes to America starts out with menial jobs. Look at what they did to the Irish. Do you remember? They weren't even allowed to have jobs, or certain jobs. This was all also with Jim Crow. Black people were not allowed to have certain jobs. And here we are again out of Trump's mouth about black jobs. In other words, you black people in this country are not worthy. And the ones who are running after that fucking KKK leader called Trump, you are a traitor to your race. He doesn't give a shit about any of you. But I would love somebody to explain to me what a black job is. I would love it. This man is the nastiest piece of work that is on this planet. This is why there has to be abortion. Because his mother should have aborted that fucker. All of these autocrats, they should have been aborted. All of the upheaval in the world is men. The black people of this country better realize that people like this, with Stephen Miller and his defense group that is going after black women, trying to loan money to other black women, all of it is all white supremacy. And our democracy is on the line. So stop whining, Democrats. So what? So what? What has Biden done in the past 3.5 years? You got a stimulus check. You got $3,600 in child care credits. You got the vaccination. Of course, the mad, crazy-ass MAGA. They're the ones that are still fucking dying of COVID. Wake up. Stop with this bullshit. And CNN, they're a fucking disgrace to the news media. Who has an abortion at birth? That's called murder. In every 50 state. And not only every 50 state, everywhere around the world. That's called murder. You fucking people listen to this shit. How do you stand it? To listen to this shit and lies. How? How? But again, I'm going back to, I need to know what black jobs are.
All right, now that everybody's seated, let me welcome you to the first annual Black Jobs Convention. That's right, my people. I know this was supposed to start at 9, but y'all just rolling up in here at 11:45. Hey, it's CP time. I get it. Let's go ahead and do a quick run through. First job we got up is pimp. We need some pimps, because these hoes is out here running wild. They need some discipline. What's that, sir? You interested? Let me hear you say, is Wayne Brady gonna have to smack a bitch? Yeah, just like that. They give me one of these. Let me see that pimp hand. You gotta bring it up, boy. Make sure you saying that on your way out. I see you. Next, we have do-rag cleaner. We need a do-rag cleaner. Is anybody in here ever cleaned a do-rag before? Everybody. Oh, this one's gonna fill up fast. I like it a lot. Next up, we have scalp greasers. And hey, all right, ladies, I see. Put your hands down. Sign the sheet on the way out, okay? I see this one's gonna fill up fast, too. I love it. Last but not least, we're gonna need some twerkers. We need some bitches that know how to shake that ass. Bitch, get off the table. This ain't the motherfucking interview.
Y'all trying to sit up here and play in Biden's face like he didn't mean what he said. Black jobs do exist. We're not going to sit up here and act like we weren't just talking about veneer techs. That's a black job. Shade room comment analyst. That's another one. Certificate engineer. Y'all know everybody got it. Oh, a teacher and instructor for an E-class. Y'all love an E-class. You know how many times I heard somebody say, sign up for my course? Podcast hype man. See? Bullshit detector, or should I say BS detective? That takes some skill. Family abuser apologist, specialist, a janitor. Y'all know we love to sweep some shit under the rug. Anyway, let me go research Jasmine Sherman.
The list of black jobs that is dropping. Some of these are funny. Lash tech, barber, club promoter. I can agree with the club promoter. TSA agent, TSA worker. I don't know why Sexy Red is just on there by themselves. Kool-Aid maker. Okay, some of these are getting outrageous. Podcaster, scammer, CNA. What am I? NBA player Boosie. Who put Boosie in there? I definitely saw veneer tech on there. I don't know if that's a black job or not. What else is on here? Let's keep it going. Amazon delivery driver, gas station clerk, water boy. Okay, Kool-Aid maker. Okay. I don't know what Zeus producer is. Somebody leave a comment. Let me know what Zeus producer is. DVD bootlegger, hookah bar, tax lady, t-shirt maker, TV judge. Yo, if you know the Tekken Player 1 is 100% real. Just look it up. Tekken players, you already know. Yo, let me know what's missing from this list. Should other things be added? Potato salad maker. Okay. What's missing from this list? Some of these aren't even jobs. What would you add? Let me know. Yo, guys, drop those follows, man. I appreciate you guys.
So Google is not as good as it used to be, and I want to clarify some things and give you some context. For those of you who watched the debates, or if you didn't watch the debates and now you're watching all the commentary and you hear all these people talking about black jobs, and he says now they're taking black jobs, and this is something that, you know, Trump said. What does that mean? What is a black job? Now, the people who are saying what is a black job understand that there's context. There's something underlying. There's something that's not being said explicitly, but a message that's being sent. So I'm going to break it down. Here is what we hear when we say, what do you mean by black jobs? Because when he says black jobs and they're taking them, what he means is that low income, low wage, high labor operations, entry level jobs without benefits. That's what he sees black people as doing. That's what he sees as their function. Why does he think that black people deserve to be in the jobs that have the least skill and least pay? Because this is a legacy of Jim Crow, where black people were kept out of higher wage managerial positions. And because he's saying that, he believes that black people should not be in managerial positions. And that's just the Jim Crow area. If we go further back on up, we're talking about slavery. Black people were enslaved. They did the jobs we didn't want to do. When they got out of slavery, we made sure they had low education. And now they no longer they were not going to be in positions above you. If you elect me, I'm going to make sure that, you know, you black people can have the crumbs that we allow you to have. And he reassures also his base that I'm going to make sure that they know those people will not be above you. So that is the context that is going on. If you want to learn more, I know it's a lot harder to do your own research. There's a very good book that you can pick up by Isabella Wilkerson called Caste. And it goes into the caste system that exists in America and very cogently details all the different ways that black people are kept out of positions of power, economic advancement, academic advancement. There's your explanation.
Can somebody please explain to me what a black job is? I'm not even putting a bra back on for this. I just want to know the answer. It would absolutely not surprise me if the orange diaper and all of his people honestly believe that immigrants are taking away black jobs because they believe black jobs are working in the field. You know what? These people aren't lying when they say they're colorblind. They really are colorblind. Because if you're this color and working any job that isn't selling a controlled substance, field work, being in prison or something low level, they don't see. Or they see you and assume that you must have done something to get there. It must have been handed to you somehow. Coming from the very same people who depend on their connections to get anywhere because they don't actually have the experience, the education, the skill set, so they rely on friends and nepotism. Then they look at you, who got hired to clean up the mess, because all the friends they hired had no idea what they were doing. They go, you don't belong here. You're just here because you're black. Bitch, trust me, they wanted to hire yet another church friend. They didn't want to hire me. They hired me because I'm the one that knows what I'm doing. And like Sister Sage, I'm not going to be a sycophant. I'm going to tell them what it is. But darling, don't worry. You know the drill. They will still hire their church friend after I'm done cleaning up the mess. They'll hire their church friend to be my new boss and to take credit for everything I just spent 6 months doing. I love how that party calls on black people when they need numbers, like the electoral college, like the 3/5 rule. Suddenly they like to acknowledge us when they want numbers, and they know they can do it because a lot of black America is still extremely religious. A lot of folks don't realize how conservative black America is. Much like the Mad Hatters that will vote against their own benefits because they think they're punishing gays or blacks or whoever. Same mentality. If the man holding the cross at the pulpit tells them to follow that politician and that party, then that's what they're going to do, even if it's not great for their own community. But more importantly, I just want to know what in the fuck a black job is, because you and I both know that if there were dedicated black jobs in this country, they would be gone. You've seen how they act when you tell them no to literally anything. Anything. What do you mean I can't have that? What do you mean I can't do that? What do you mean I can't say that? What do you mean it's a black only job? Well, maybe I want to do it. Like, honestly, that's the easiest way to get some of these folks to do anything. Just tell them they're not allowed to do it and it's for minorities only. They'll be lining up to do it overnight. They'll be lining up to do it. We were told that we're not allowed to be here. So obviously our whole church group is here to protest our oppression.
Did y'all watch the geriatric presidential debates last night? Like, I cannot even believe that we are at the point in this country where we got 80-something-year-old white men. Like, we don't even want y'all greeting us down to the Walmart, let alone leading the motherfucking country. But anyway, these black jobs that Trump brought up, have any one of y'all ever worked a black job? What is a black job? If you've ever had a black job, drop in the comments and let me know what your black job was. I'll let you know what my black job was. My black job was working at a call center. Baby, if you have ever worked at a call center, you know you have worked a black job. Messy as hell.
So this is all I got from the stitches. Sincerely speaking, when I saw that and I heard black job, I knew where he was going already. I did not need somebody to explain to me what he meant by black job, because I have actually seen videos where they were talking about some certain things. Like, I remember Coach talking about how, black people are only good, doing being an athlete or something, but they are not good when it comes to being coach or the managerial skills that got to do with being coach. They said it's not for people that look like me, that it's only for them. At that point was where I knew that this is a thing. So Trump saying it, you all already know what Trump stands for. And for those that are trying to cover up Trump or something, you all should just be ready, right? I am not saying the other one, like, sincerely speaking, both of them are really very, very old. Do need rest. They need to leave younger ones to come out and do something, for the people. It's just like the way Nigerians decided to have an old president and the economy is crumbling. I am not lying. I am being sincere with you. So now, when I heard black job, I knew that he was up to something, and that is a way of being petty. What does he mean by black job? You all already know how they think, like, we are still in the Jim Crow era, the things black people did in plantation, or the things like they can eat. Like, I don't know, but that is where his mind already went. And those tiny jobs, because I don't know if you already heard that black people are only built for physical jobs. I also learned this from them. Yes, I heard it from them. So they already said that we are not intellectually fit to do some certain job. That the best job that we are fit with is hard labor. So that is the hard labor he's talking about. So we are only good with, being truck drivers, or maybe being delivery people, stuff like that. That is where his mindset is going, forgetting that Black people are really doing great for themselves so far. Their mindset is that we are still going to be the same place that left us, the same place slavery stopped. The reality is that they did not even believe that Black people were going to pick their lives up and continue, continue doing great for themselves. So they do not expect a lot from you. They did not expect something great from you. The only thing they expected from you is to continue to be that thing they thought you were going to be, but Black people are already doing them. You all can see we have nurses, doctors, and a lot of them. It is no longer that time that you can say it's only athletes or being a footballer or being a musical artist and the rest of it. No, we are beyond that. That's why I keep encouraging us that we need to dominate every area. Because if you all remember, or if you all notice, you find that there are some places when it comes to politics are kind of being tied in. So we need every one of us to be everywhere. Everything is for us. We are dominating. We are taking over. There is no specific job for people that look like me. We can fit in anywhere. The funniest part is the people that they keep saying that there is a particular job for them are the ones in big organizations training people that are, according to them, those ones are the ones that have managerial skills. But people like me are the ones training them. And then when they're done training them, they promote them. So how can you train somebody and the person gets promoted and you are still in the same place that you are? Someone that you taught. I remember a lot of people, even in the comment section, said that was why I left my job, because they did not regard me. I am the one pioneering everything, training and the rest of them. And then they think they can, jump you and move over to the next person. Or in an organization where you are actually doing great for yourself and anchoring a lot, you find out that you are not earning as much as you. So it is still the same mentality that he brought. He probably did not know when he said it, but I love it. I love it. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.